Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. What's up? Happy Friday. As you can see, I got a little bit of a different situation going on here now. Sometimes the simplest things strike you and you're like, why the didn't I think about that for the last 5 years? So I'm going to have to show you guys. If you're a member of the channel or the Patreon, I'm going to show you guys what my situation is here. If you're not a member of either and you want to see, you should totally join. So anyway, the studio is located in the unfinished room in our house. The room that has always been intended to become the master bathroom for us. Like over there is our bedroom, and we've cut this doorway out, this basically hole in the wall where a door is intended to go, but the rooms are unfinished. So it's just subfloor in here, which is, you know, now covered in plaster and paint because this is also where I work on special effects and stuff. So anyway, on the other side of my desk is the hole. The hole that takes you to the bedroom. So that's where I have my ring light and the camera in the hole. And I kept thinking, like, man, I wish my desk was like super long because my tripod isn't tall enough. You know, it has to be on a table or a desk or something. It's like, wish it was tall enough. So I just put it on the ground, put it behind the desk. And then I realized I have a foldable table that I could put in the alcove hole area so you guys can get a better view of the studio and this hot mess. Hello. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's November 14th, 2025. It's a nice, it's like 70 degrees outside right now. But hey, Missouri, if you don't like the weather, just wait. Well, that's a bunch of crap that you guys don't care about. Good morning, everybody. I hope you have hit that like button. I hope you have subscribed if you are new. Ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with whatever this is. You really never know. I don't even know what this show is. Like, you come for the nerdy headlines and stay for the personal gossip, which reminds me, I have an absolutely hilarious story. If you guys want to hear it, if you guys want to hear an absolutely hardcore, hilarious story, drop yes in the chat below because I'm gonna tell you all about it. It's fun stuff. And just in case you do want to hear it, I'm going to pull up the visual aid I will need because holy shnikes, Batman. This is one of the funniest things ever. So anyway, we got some great stories to cover today. I'm really excited to talk about the Ruby Rose thing because I think it's absolutely hilarious. And the James Gunn BRAINIAC thing, really want to talk about that. Yeah, we got some fun stuff to wrap up our week with. I'm going to be working on the Franklin Richards breakdown. I'm very excited about that. Man, I've been rereading Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run. It's definitely in my top 5 favorite comics. It's so good. It's definitely my favorite Marvel comic run. It's so good. So good. Ugh, Galactus. Franklin Richards. Oh my God. Galactus's dialogue in that run is just damn near Shakespearean. I love you, Jonathan Hickman. Anyway, we got a sure. Yes, yes, and sure. All right, so I'm going to yell good morning to you guys, and then I'm going to tell you this really, really funny story, and then we're going to dive into our headlines. So firstly, of course, all members and super chats get their good mornings first because you get what you pay for. I got to be fair. All right. Good morning, Lieutenant Gervais Lunatic. And thank you for coming to our members only watch party last night. We ended up watching Gargoyles because my Plex server was not being friendly. And I think that's the only one we've got right now. But then we've got Omari. Good morning, Omari. And that's not going to happen because here I can be the Sydney Sweeney of nerdy pundits. There you go. You're such a jerk. Was that not clear from all the times I've had to unsubscribe? Good morning, big time objective. Good morning, Samar. All right, that's all we got for now. That's fine. That's fine. Everyone comes in later. Everyone kind of, filters in. All right, so let me tell you this really, really funny story. I have a nephew. My God, I love him. Buenos dias, Fernando. And yes, we watched Gargoyles, the animated series. Good morning, Keith. Yes, Southeast Missouri. That's precisely where I'm at. Yeah. What's up? Please don't come find me. Cough drop. See, it's working. All right. So here's the really, really funny story. I have this nephew. I love him and I adore him. He is my first nephew. He is my youngest child's age. He's 17. And so he gets busted at school with marijuana. Like already not smart, right? Not smart. Like, hello, what are you doing, pal? You don't smoke it in the school bathroom. And my sister works in that district. She's a teacher. So it's like, what the actual F? What is wrong with you? By the way, the best part about this story is how much of an evil genius my baby sister is. And I couldn't be prouder. So nephew gets caught smoking weed in the bathroom at school, right? Okay. He gets super grounded. My sister don't play. Phone taken away, all that good stuff. He's only allowed to go to work, go to school. That's it. So this nephew of mine, God bless him, he's so pretty. He decides he's going to communicate with his girlfriend through his Chromebook, which doesn't have any messenger services, through Google Docs. But what he has totally forgotten about is that he signed into my sister's phone and her computer, signed into his Google on her phone and computer. So this whole time that he's communicating with his girlfriend through Google Docs, the whole thing is popping up on her phone, like the whole conversation. So he makes this plan to go hang out with his lady friend yesterday. And they planned it all in Google Docs. He's told my sister and brother-in-law that he has to work Thursday, but he doesn't. He switched shifts with someone. So on top of all of this, like the worst comic book villain ever, he provides every single detail of exposition to the minute of their plan in this Google Doc. And my sister is sitting there reading it as it's happening, just dying inside. There's even bullet points and font changes. Like, he got serious. School ends. I find you. We leave in my car. We head to the spot my coworker told me about. Limited visibility. Parking access. No worries. Aubrey takes my shift. My parents believe I'm at work. They won't contact me because I don't have a phone. They can't track where I am. I don't have a phone. My brother-in-law put my nephew's phone in the trunk of his car, so they were tracking him everywhere. We hang out for 4.5 hours before I take you home. I come back to work, use the work phone to call my mom to tell her I ended my shift and I'm on my way home like I always do. I get home at 10:30. Foolproof plan. She's read the whole thing, knows the whole plan. She knew for like a week. They tracked him, showed up, surprised them. Absolutely hilarious. I mean, maybe I'm not reading it right, but to the absolute minute, told the entire plan. The entire plan. Good morning, Lieutenant Backyard Tortoise! I do not have a P.O. box, but if there's something you were wanting to send, reach out. Send me a message, or you can contact me through the website. Good morning, Ensign Loki. Dude, don't get me started. Discord is an absolute challenge for me. And yes, God bless him. The whole time, my sister and I are just laughing our asses off like, he's just like our brother. So dumb. Oh my God. Anywho, all right, guys, let's get into some actual nerdy news, some actual headlines. I just thought that was one of the funniest things I've heard when I was telling my sister-in-law about it. She's like, that is better than anything Netflix has put out in ages. Seriously. If you haven't found the private message I sent you, send me a DM on Twitter. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. He's just not very bright. Like, dude, you already got busted smoking weed in the bathroom. It's at the school where your mom works. Like, what the crap? I wanted to go with her so bad. I was like, please record it like all Chris Hansen style. Like, just, oh my God. And she said my brother-in-law walked into his job. Like, walked in, like, dragged my nephew and his lady friend up to the counter at his job and said, he's no longer employed here. Later. Oh, thank you for the $2 super chat. Big time objective. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. You have no idea how much I need that. Seriously. Yesterday was a bad day. Like, no. Keith, track you down, not my thing. I just love my fellow nerdy people. I was teasing. Like, I do too. I get really excited when it's Missouri people. DL is Missouri people. Deranged Lunatic, he's Missouri people. Sean Stackhouse is Missouri people. We get really excited about that around here. We know we're the best. And we would like to make sure everyone knows that Missouri is the DMV of the United States. You would hate it here. So don't move here. All right, guys, let's dive in. All right. Oh, one more thing. And I think this is safe to announce. So, I got an email last night. I got an email confirming something. Good morning, Betty. What's up, Real Anarchy? So I got an email last night, and I think it's safe to announce this because it was confirmed. I got an email from Mr. Chris Gore. Guess who's going to be on Film Threat soon? This girl. Watch me totally fall on my effing face. But yeah, I'm going to be on Film Threat. How weird is that? Get out of here with that. How dare you? Weird, right? It's super weird. Like, what are they thinking? I'm going to have to, like, really take my anxiety meds before I go on. I will tell Chris you said hello. I totally will. Yeah. But yeah, I will absolutely let you guys know when it is happening. But he emailed last night, asked for a picture to use for thumbnails, and that we're gonna get me on soon. So weird. Oh, and for those of you who are kind of who haven't been in the chat for a minute, I got something. Okay. So, for those of you who haven't been here in a hot second, we're doing a big giveaway. I am 500 hours away from full monetization. Right now, all I get paid. Wait, I said that wrong. Weird. I said it really weird because words are hard. The only way I get paid is through the super chats and the memberships. So I'm not fully monetized. I'm 500 hours away still from being fully monetized. So we're doing another bigger giveaway. Once we get to 4,000 watch hours, that means get them playlists going. Once we get to 4,000 watch hours, I am going to pick 4 different winners from the subscriber list. And remember, you guys got to comment on stuff because that's the only way the randomizer on YouTube, the thing, will let me pick subscribers. It's super annoying. Anyway, one lucky winner will win one of these. Okay, Danielle, I need you to slow down and think before you start saying words. Okay, I'm on the PR list for Cards Against Humanity, and they've sent me a bunch of games. So 3 of the winners will each win a game from Cards Against Humanity. One of them is Contact. Ooh, here. Is this better? Here. Contact. Another one is Party Mouth. You see the plastic is still on it. And the last one is their first and only board game called Head Trip. So 3 winners will each win one of those games. And the last winner will again win an official custom designed comics and hoodie. So get your playlists going. Let's get the channel to 4,000 watch hours so I can finally get out of this not fully monetized circle of hell. Let's just get it over with, for the love of God. Good morning, Maria. Good morning. Oh, Backyard TARDIS. He was trying to make lemonade out of lemons, had his phone taken, and thought, what can I do untracked? He was terrible at it. All right, guys. So that's the news. We got the giveaways going. Don't forget to comment. And I'm going to be on Film Threat sometime in the near future. We haven't scheduled it yet, but it is official. All right. Finally, now that I'm done with all the yapping, let's get at it. I have a few things to say about this. So, Millie Bobby Brown. Millie Bobby Brown, of course, of Stranger Things fame. She plays 11, has played 11 for like 10 years. Okay. Pretty much grown up in the spotlight. And I am of the opinion that she doesn't necessarily want to be an actress anymore. And that's because I follow her on Instagram. I mean, honestly, I follow everyone on Instagram just so I can catch stuff, you know. I follow her on Instagram, and she just basically behaves like a beauty influencer. Like, good morning, everyone. Get ready with me. Here's the outfit of the day. What do you think? Here's my new skincare line. You know, she really behaves like an influencer, and with the far and few between gigs, like acting gigs, she really does. It just leads me to believe that she's not that interested in it anymore. I mean, did you see Damsel? Not great. And I know that a lot of people didn't care for Electric State. I liked it, but I'm pretty sure I was the target audience. So anyway, this is the red carpet premiere for the first part of the final season of Stranger Things. And you know, when you're doing the red carpet, basically what that is just taking your turn, getting your picture taken for different outlets. That's all that is. You're walking in front of a backdrop with a bunch of cameras in front of you and pose, 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 pose with friends. Oh, here. Pose with friends. Like that. And the photographers will shout out cues like this way, over here, put your arm around him, stand with this person, look over here, hold the bag up, stuff like that. Well, someone told her to smile, and she didn't like that. Okay. Also, she did get married a couple years ago to John Bon Jovi's son, and they've had a baby. Did she actually, did they have the baby naturally, or did she surrogate? Or I don't know how that happened. I'm not that interested in her private life. So, but anyway, she's a mom now. She's married, and she's kind of grown up in this spotlight, and she's been catching a lot of shit about her appearance and her weight and everything. And I kind of feel her on that one, like, back off a little bit. Like, seriously, is it that important to you? Pardon me. Good morning, Penny. So she was asked to smile, and she snaps. Here it is. She said, smile. You smile. Is it gonna... You smile. You smile. Couple of things. In a sense, I can kind of see it from both sides. One, the red carpet portion is entirely for the press. The red carpet is just specifically marketing. It's just so that the press can get shots of how fabulous everyone looks at the premiere on their way into the movie theater. Look at how fabulous. Don't you want to be me? Moving on. But it's also kind of a mutually beneficial situation. Like, the actors, actresses, producers, filmmakers, they get to promote the film, their careers in these magazines, blogs, what have you. And a lot of these freelancers and stuff, these freelance paparazzi photographers, they get to sell their work. They get to make money off of this. So symbiotic relationship. To be invited to this red carpet to take their pictures is a big deal. That's a job. You've done well. You get to show up to these things to take pictures and stuff. I've never been invited to a red carpet to interview people. I mean, I can't even get Netflix to give me press access. So clearly I'm nobody. But actual legit paparazzi are freaking vultures. And I do think that the obsession with celebrity private lives, especially their sex lives, is creepy and it's weird. And it's possibly indicative of mental illness. So, for one, how and when and where and why the actors and actresses and whoever pose on that red carpet is entirely up to them. Yes, it's part of their job to promote, but the fact that she's there and she's posing and she's giving you the amount of time that you're getting is all that she has to do. Nowhere is it written that she has to go. No, she looks absolutely stunning. I mean, sultry, sexy, beautiful. She's absolutely doing her job. They got lots of pictures. They got plenty of pictures. And then to yell at her and keep yelling and say, smile at me. Yeah, I mean, after a while, it does get annoying. And you might end up snapping and be like, leave me alone. You got your pictures. Why do I have to be the dancing monkey even more for you? I get that end of it. I do. I get her end of it. But also, she's done this a zillion times. She knows that they're going to yell out directions. They're going to yell out suggestions. They're going to yell out poses and stuff. That's what they do. That's kind of how this thing works. It's a back and forth. So, hey, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat, DL. Thank you. Dani, you are somebody to us. To heck with them. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, and that could be very rude. It could be very rude. You don't know how someone's feeling, what kind of mood they're in. You have such a pretty smile. Like, have you tried smiling? Maybe someone doesn't have a pretty smile. Like, there's within reason. I would say within reason, Fernando, because she's doing her job. She's there promoting the film. She's working the red carpet. She's giving them the pictures. She's posing. She's standing there. And, this is just one stop on the red carpet. They have to do this several times. They can't just walk. Just walk down the red carpet. They got to walk, stop, pose, make sure everyone gets their full frontal face, and they get 15 to 35 seconds. And then they got to walk another 2 feet, pose. It looks like she's in a very uncomfortable dress, probably some very uncomfortable shoes. She's got a baby at home. Who knows what else is going on in her head? It's a slog, those red carpet things. I've never done one. I'm basically just explaining from what I have learned through research. But it's already annoying as it is to do this kind of shit. Don't make it any harder, What you want is you want to build a good rapport here. You want to build a good back and forth, a good relationship. And being a demanding poochie is not going to make those celebrities want to work with you easier down the line. You know what I'm saying? You get more flies with honey than vinegar. If you're wanting these celebrities to give you the pictures you need and want so that you can sell and make a bunch of money and pay your bills, then politeness, I'm sure, goes a long way. So Backyard TARDIS. I believe there's a Taylor Swift song about this. I would not know. I wouldn't know. I think there's a Lady Gaga song about it though. So anyway, I see where she's coming from. I also see that the paparazzi is doing his job as a paparazzi. You know, he's trying to get his shot, trying to get his picture. But also, that's a gorgeous picture. That's beautiful. That's absolutely stunning. And I don't know what the people are talking about her looks, about her body, because she looks amazing. I think she looks incredible. Good morning, Red 5 brother and birthday twin, DJ from the Exegesis. I always want to say Jesus because I love Jesus. Good morning. But yeah, I don't know what they're talking about. I think she looks great. She looks amazing. And I also don't think she necessarily wants to be an actress anymore. So, and this to me, you know, she's getting this irritated on the red carpet. Probably another sign. She's like, I'm kind of over this. Kind of over it. All right, guys, if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about Millie Bobby Brown, leave it in the chat below. I'm going to take a drink. So, with the deadline days away, the deadline for the with the Warner Brothers Discovery, that's what it is. Warner Brothers Discovery sale, days away. Paramount, Comcast, and Netflix are preparing bids for Warner Brothers Discovery with Lauren Thomas. Good morning, Polly from the Latino Slat. Thank you for the $2 super chat. See, he paid me to smile, so I'm smiling. Thank you. DJ said, I think she's tired of creepers over sexualizing her. She stated a lot about how young. And that, okay. Yeah, we're going to go back to that because there's a huge problem, especially with that cast. Remember a couple weeks ago, we talked about this. The kid who played Will, Noah Schnapp was talking about how reporters would ask him at 12 and 13 years old if he was gay. That is not appropriate. In what universe is that appropriate? Never. It's nobody's business. Nobody's business. So those kids, I feel bad for them. Loki, Ensign Loki, her Instagram says otherwise. Well, and see, that's the thing. When that's another sign of kids who were abused or given the wrong idea about being over sexualized as children, is they tend to be like that as adults. They have a very muddy boundary of it. Latino Slant is the truth. He's okay. Polly's cool. I love Polly. Thank you again for the $2, Polly. I appreciate it very, very much. Anywho, so Warner Brothers Discovery sale. This is coming from Wall Street Journal. Are they wanting me to pay them money? I do not want to pay money. I don't have money. So, just saying. But when they say days away, they mean like 2 weeks. That's what they mean. It's a couple weeks away. So they have until December, like the beginning of December. And if they haven't made a decision by then, it's going to the board. And then that's hostile takeover. let me see if I can just straight up Google what their bids are. Oh, what is the Comcast bid for Warner Brothers Discovery? Let's see what that is. Omari says all that sexualizing would probably give all those kids trust issues with adults when they grow up. Facts. That is a hard truth. Absolutely. Pardon me. Must be time for another cough drop. Comcast Brian Roberts travels to Saudi Arabia. Let's see. Comcast CEO Brian Roberts travels to Saudi Arabia as he explores bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. Ooh. While abroad, the executive met with reps in the Middle East, their deep-pocketed public investment fund. The trip coincided with a high-profile dinner the Simon Wiesenthal Center hosted on October 30th to honor WBD CEO David Zaslav for his work combating anti-Semitism. Roberts has been interested in buying Warner Brothers Discovery through President Trump favors Paramount Skydance, as the Post previously reported. Zaslav wants to spark a bidding war for Warner Brothers Discovery, and it's working, believing there's a lot of big male energy among potential bidders for his media empire. Guests at the Los Angeles dinner for Zaslav included some of the players who have been eyeing a bid: Paramount Skydance CEO David Ellison and Netflix's Ted Sarandos. Roberts' absence from the shindig sparked speculation he may have been seeking support from Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, whose assets under management come to nearly $1 trillion. While in Saudi Arabia, he met with two PIF officials, though the contents of that meeting are not known to sources told Puck. The executive also attended an annual gathering for financial big shots alongside many other American CEOs organized by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Additionally, Roberts visited Qiddiya, the home of a new mega city of play where Six Flags and Dragon Ball Z themed amusement parks are being built, the source said. Zaz believes Warner Brothers Discovery could go for as much as $70 billion or around $30 a share, a steep premium to the bid it's already rejected from Paramount Skydance at $24 a share, the Post exclusively reported. So I don't know what their bid is, but I do know last I read, Zaslav was asking for $40 a share. So he, you start high. So I'm betting anything he's not going to settle for anything less than 30, since he rejected the $24 a share. He started at 30. He started at 40. He rejected the $24 a share. He's wanting 30, and he's wanting mostly cash. Cash. Fernando, doesn't the orange colored individual have something better to do, like run a country, getting involved in a studio bidding war? Like, that man can't help himself. He cannot help himself. Like, what were all those things that you were supposed to do when you got into office? Oh, it's good that you're not doing them? Fun. So fun. Okay. So in a couple weeks, we will find out once and for all what's going to happen. Well, I mean, it's going to get sold one way or the other. And what I've read is that Zaslav is basically going to keep his position. He wants to be able to keep his position. That's one of the things he's put down, that, I want to keep my position and I want to keep my shares. Okay. Ensign Loki, He's not involved, but the FCC has to approve any merger. That's true. But that article was saying, Trump was supporting Paramount buying Warner Brothers. So, I think that's what Fernando was referencing. Like, what's it to him? Like, aren't you busy doing other things? Shouldn't you be busy doing other things? I get it. So anyway, here in a couple weeks, we will find out the future of Warner Brothers Discovery and therefore the future of the DCU. So if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about that, leave it in the chat below. I may have to play you guys a little intermission while I go get water because I'm home alone. And this thing is empty. So I just saw this last night and it really surprised me. I didn't realize this, but Benedict Cumberbatch is a lot more involved in Doctor Strange 3 than the first two films. He is a producer on this one, and he's definitely got his hands on it. Maria, who are you rooting for to buy Warner Brothers? Honestly, I wish no one would buy it. The whole situation just, I'm not all for another giant mega corporation making art. It just, those things don't blend well together. It's like water and oil. It just doesn't work well together. But if I was to pick one that gave me personal bennies that I would actually get a benefit from, I would pick Comcast because I have press access to NBC Universal. So if they were under the NBC Universal, the Comcast umbrella, then that would mean I would get screeners for the DCU and Warner Brothers. So I'd like that, so I don't have to keep pounding pavement for Warner Brothers. Like, seriously, what the fuck? NBC Universal has accepted my application. Like, why hasn't anyone else? This is getting annoying. Seriously. Almost 14,000 subscribers at this point. So I liked Multiverse of Madness too, but I have criticisms. I don't think it has the rewatchability that it needed to have. I like Sam Raimi films, and that was the younger generations. I don't think they understand Sam Raimi films. I think that was a problem for the younger viewers. And there wasn't a whole lot of multiverse in the Multiverse of Madness either. Like, that was a choice. We basically, they flipped through a couple of multiverses, but we only really saw them like truly interact in like 2, 3 tops for any significant amount of time. So there you have it. But anyway, Benedict Cumberbatch is a lot more hands-on as a producer. In fact, he's the one searching for a new writer and director for Doctor Strange 3. This is according to Nexus Point News. Let's see if they cite a source. It's now been 3 years since Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness premiered, and the film's journey to the screen remains one of the more turbulent productions in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. When the sequel was first announced, original Doctor Strange director Scott Derrickson was set to return, and Marvel promoted the film as the MCU's first true horror experience. Early reports emphasized that the story would explore darker supernatural elements with Doctor Strange and Wanda Maximoff sharing the spotlight in what many assumed would be a bold stylistic shift for the franchise. However, in early 2020, Derrickson departed the project due to creative differences with Marvel Studios. With his exit, the film's horror-driven identity began to shift, and the project entered a period of retooling. Sam Raimi was recruited to direct, accompanied by Loki writer Michael Waldron, who was tasked with reworking the script. Production went further complicated by the onset of COVID-19, which delayed filming and forced significant adjustments to the schedule and creative process. As Raimi and Waldron reshaped the story, many cast members found themselves learning dramatic new details on short notice. Elizabeth Olsen later revealed that she discovered only 3 weeks before filming began that Wanda would be the primary antagonist of the film. The revelation reportedly conflicted with her expectations, as she believed the story would be more of an ensemble piece that built on Wanda's arc from WandaVision rather than pivoting her into a villain role so soon after her sympathetic portrayal in the series. Despite its complicated development, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was met with mostly positive, though notably mixed reactions upon release. Raimi's direction was praised for his energetic visual style, inventive horror-inspired sequences, and willingness to embrace stylistic flair rarely seen in MCU projects. Many viewers and critics felt that the film stood out visually as one of the more distinctive entries in the entire franchise. However, much of the criticism targeted the writing and character arcs. Wanda's transformation into a villain was polarizing, especially given the emotional depth and nuance of WandaVision. Some fans felt her portrayal relied too heavily on the hysterical woman trope and reduced her motivations to grief-fueled rage without adequately building on the growth she experienced in the series. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange's own development was seen by some as limited, with several viewers feeling that the film did not explore his character as deeply as expected for a sequel centered on him. Doctor Strange's future in the MCU has remained uncertain ever since Multiverse of Madness hit theaters. The sequel concluded with a last-minute introduction of Clea, portrayed by my girlfriend, Charlize Theron, which appeared to set up a direct continuation of Strange's story. Naturally, fans expected Marvel to follow through on that cliffhanger in short order. However, speculation grew when neither Benedict Cumberbatch nor Charlize Theron appeared on the official cast list for Avengers Doomsday, leaving many to wonder whether Marvel intended to resolve that storyline elsewhere or at all. As of now, I'm hearing that Doctor Strange 2 is in active early development. I want to emphasize that none of what I'm about to say next is fully confirmed. I'm simply sharing what I've been told by some sources. According to what I've heard, Benedict Cumberbatch is becoming more involved behind the scenes this time around, particularly in the search for a new writer and director. One name Cumberbatch is said to be interested in is Sam Mendes, though that seems unlikely given Mendes has 4 Beatle biopics on his plate. Neither Sam Raimi nor Michael Waldron are expected to return for the 3rd installment. Additionally, the film isn't expected to begin production until after Avengers Secret Wars has finished filming. Omari, can we get more Sherlock instead? Okay, that's fine. Backyard TARDIS. I love Multiverse of Madness, one of my favorite post-Endgame MCU movies. Ensign Loki, Doctor Strange 2 is redacted tank of movie with no logical flaw and the memory store as a plot device. It's the movie that made me stop watching MCU movies. Oh. I would pick Paramount. Star Trek returns to DC Comics. Oh. Oh my God. Nick, I didn't like the first Doctor. I'm telling you, you are a mystery wrapped in an enigma. You truly are. All right. While you guys discuss this real quick, here is your intermission. I got to go grab some water real quick because I ran out and there's nobody here. I'll be right back. As an old one too, it's all of the old comics and cosmetics on there. And yes, I said you're my girlfriend. I love Charlize Theron. So anyway, I'm so glad you enjoyed that. I got my water. All right, guys. Moving on. So, on top of the wrap, posting this article. Do I have it here? I do. Okay, so the wrap posted this article. I'm going to remove this. Nope. That's not how that happens. That's not how you do that. And I'm going to share the wrap. The wrap article. Now, this article at no point does it ever say James Gunn or Peter Safran or anyone at DCU Studios offices or DC Studios offices confirms that Brainiac is the villain from Man of Tomorrow. Never says that. Not once. They're basically just saying, this is what we think. Oh my God. I swear to God, I read this article. And now it's not letting me in it. Maybe it only lets you read it the once. So anyway, here's what I believe. I believe that James Gunn's camp leaked this or told Humberto Gonzalez and Casey Loving to write this article, to leak it for reasons. Drum up hype, whatever, might have something to do with the pending sale. You know, right now, everyone's jobs at DC Studios is on the line. There is no guarantee that DC Studios will exist after the sale. There's no guarantee. Absolutely none. And it's been very hard to nail down on whether or not Superman that just came out this July, if it actually made money or not. Forbes reported lost $45 million. Superman actually lost Warner Brothers $45 million. Then they recently came out and said, actually, Superman made $140 million. Well, which one is it? Do you know? Do you know? Like, I'm honestly betting that it probably lost some money. I mean, let's face it. They spent a lot on marketing alone. They spent a lot of money. And people just didn't rush to the movie theaters like they needed to. Like people used to. I mean, not to beat a dead horse, they have not been giving us a reason. There's no fear of missing out anymore. It's just going to be on streaming in a couple weeks. And that's exactly what happened with Superman. In 1 month, it was on, you could rent it for digital in 1 month. It costs for Dave and I here in Southeast Missouri, in our tiny little town where we live, it costs us $100 to go to the movies. And we live in a lower income area where it's cheaper to do things. It still costs the two of us $100 to go. That's insane. Movies used to be a cheap date. But not only is it so stupid expensive to go to the movies, it's just going to be on the streaming service you're already paying for in a month to 3 months anyway. So if there is no FOMO, if there's no fear of missing out, if there's no sense of urgency to go see it, what was the point? So you get this report from Forbes of all places that it lost money. And then like a week later, they're like, oh, no. They actually made like 140. Our bad. Well, what the hell? That to me felt like David Zaslav or James Gunn's people's like calling Forbes, like, listen, I'll give you some super cool Superman action figures if you make this look better, because we need to keep our jobs. We need someone to buy this company and like want to keep DC Studios. So quit saying things like that. Yeah, Omari says $100 per movie. Yeah, I'd rather watch them. That's with the tickets for 2 people and your snacks. It's like $100. It's ridiculous. Deranged Lunatic. Lieutenant Deranged Lunatic. It's probably been at least a year, maybe a year and a half since I've been to the movies. I just don't care anymore. Nobody does. Because, they stole the FOMO. There's no fear of missing out anymore. And they think that the thing that's going to make us want to go is stupid popcorn buckets and cups. Like, look, if that is going to be the case, if popcorn buckets and cups are going to be the thing that you're going to use to make people come into the theater, then you need to tweak that a bit. They need to like come in for the movie and like have a ticket with them, and they have to go see the movie. Like they can't like get it and go. That's bullshit, because then those of us who actually go and want to get a popcorn bucket, like, they're all gone, because jerks go in there, don't watch the movie, and then they just buy up all the popcorn buckets. And the popcorn buckets are stupid expensive. The guy behind me got the Galactus bucket for Fantastic Four. It was like this big. He paid $85 for it, but it was pretty dope. Like, it lit up and everything. It was super cool. I don't think it's Marvel necessarily. I think it's studios in general are trying to kill off the theater experience because they don't want to share money with them anymore. Because they have to share a percentage of those ticket sales with the theater, and they don't want to. There you go. So this entire article at no point flat out says, yes, James Gunn has confirmed that it is Brainiac. But the whole thing is written like it's already been confirmed. I know it is. It's definitely Brainiac. That's totally what he's doing. Absolutely. And honestly, it would be a smart move. It is the one Superman villain we have never gotten to see on the big screen in live action. He is very complex. He's flashy. He's exciting. He's epic. He's one of the best sci-fi villains out there. He reminds me, it's like the Borg, just but one person. So, I mean, I hate stupid broken ass microphone. I hate that he's constantly picking apart stories. Like, I'm going to adapt this story, but not really. Like, I'm going to adapt this story, but I'm just going to use the name of the story, or I'm just going to use the name of the planet. I feel like that's dumb. That's so dumb. I don't like that. I do like Man of Tomorrow. And if he was going to do Man of Tomorrow, that should have been the first movie. Because Man of Tomorrow is really about Clark becoming Superman, like the vigilante Superman in Metropolis. If James Gunn wants to make a sequel to Superman where Brainiac's a bad guy and him and Lex got to team up, then just write your own damn story. Why would you say you're adapting something when you're not? You're not really adapting it. So, anyway, there's that information. Do with it as you will. I believe that James Gunn's camp had this information leaked as part of making them look really good, getting hype really drummed up online, like getting the conversation going about it, keeping it trending and relevant for the sale. So that's my 2 cents. Ensign Loki, same for Woman of Tomorrow. Well, luckily for us, Ana Nogueira is writing that one. And she flat out said, I love this story because, and she completely contradicted everything James Gunn has said about it. That made me feel better. So, fingers crossed on that one. But anyhow, there's that information. And also, I'm going to take that down. And add this one. Okay. So, Somar, now I think title just because it's cool. Did he say he was adapting the book? Yes, Hims did. Yes, he did. Although we probably just misunderstood him. In 6 months, he's just going to tweet out, no, you guys misunderstood what I was saying. You're wrong. So, also according to the Wrap, and this is another thing that leads me to believe what I believe, that he is behind this this entire article. New details about Man of Tomorrow. Superman and Lex Luthor will form a temporary alliance to team up against Brainiac. First of all, we already knew they were going to form a temporary alliance. Already talked about that. And he's been very clear that it's mostly a Lex Luthor movie. Like, because mostly a Lex Luthor movie. And they're teaming up to fight Brainiac. But again, people keep sharing this. And they keep saying it like, this is confirmed. When really, the only one that's confirmed it is the Wrap. But it says that. It says picture or production begins in Atlanta this April. And where did it go? I've lost it. And that there's some more information that was in that article. Here we go. Aha. This one comes from Screen Rant. James Gunn is directing more DCU movies after Man of Tomorrow. That's the plan right now. At least I may get so fucking tired that I can't do it, because I'm pretty tired, but we'll see. But there's a plan that I'm going to do a couple more at least. Flag on the play. I need to get like an actual red flag, like red flag. Red flag, okay? That's exactly what he said about Peacemaker season 2. I'm tired. I'm too tired. Like, again, I really don't believe he wants to continue on as the head of the studio, because doing that and filmmaking is just devouring him. It is absolutely draining his life force. And it's oh my God, that would be hilarious. How do I make something like that? I need to figure it out. His work is suffering. His creative work is suffering. Hello, Peacemaker season 2. I mean, in my opinion, Peacemaker season 1 was a home run. It was great. It was wonderful. Every single episode moved the plot forward. It was hilarious, full of action, very tight, well done. Get to Peacemaker season 2, and it's a clusterfuck. It's an absolute mess. The only parts that really got my attention was Tim Meadows and Eagly. Anything about Tim Meadows, Eagly, and bird blindness, I was there. But the rest of it was just absolute slog. You could tell he was tired. He didn't want to do it. And here he is foreshadowing. He's warning us, I'm tired. I'm tired. And if I get even more tired, I'm not going to be able to do it. So I'm just saying, do not be surprised if after the sale, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to direct. I don't want to run the studio anymore. We're just going to let Peter do that. I don't want to do it anymore. And like I said, my sources, my industry sources are like, yeah, that's kind of the common knowledge that he's out as studio head. It's just not his strength. He's a strong filmmaker. His strength is not in the executive branch, so to speak. So he's like, Lord, I am so tired. I hear you, man. I get it. I wouldn't want to do that job and filmmake. I mean, shit. I was running a salon and starting my channel. I don't know how I was doing that. Running a salon with employees and doing my own clients. And I was researching, recording, and dropping breakdown videos every single week. I don't know how I did that. I could not do that now. Because running the channel now and my household is sometimes things slide because it's just too much. He's just a human being. It is okay for him to admit that this is too much for me. I just want to make movies. It's okay, James. It's okay. You tried it. It didn't work out. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. So if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about that one, leave it in the comments below. Deranged Lunatic, I think what you said, doing a breakdown of the Gargoyles animated series would be great. I would definitely watch that. Well, that just went top of the list because you're a member of the channel. And members get that perk. So it wasn't just like a breakdown of Gargoyles. It was like the story behind, you know, what's going on with it. Like the series getting made and then the possible live action. That's what I wanted to look into. But I will add that to the list. All right, guys. So we have our first official looks at Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, which, dude, try to spell Odyssey from memory just naturally, and it's a pain in the butt. You just can't. Odyssey. It just doesn't. Samar, but is anyone forcing him or just him on his? He's under contract right now. He's under contract for 5 years, and it's up in 2027. So right now he is forced. Good morning, contributing editor and Lieutenant Nerdling Kino. You're fine. So here is the first artwork. I'm really excited for this. I'm really, really excited for this. I love Greek mythology, for one. Christopher Nolan is a great filmmaker. Yes, Samar, he is also contractually obligated to make films. So I love Greek mythology. Christopher Nolan makes good films. So very excited for this. We've already seen this one. There's some more artwork. Defy the Gods, 7/17/26. So here is, I'm going to remove this and I'll show you the actual Empire Online stuff. And then we'll get into our final topic because I think it's hilarious. Okay. Yes, cookies, please. Where are they? So there's this picture. Very nice. Let's see if I can. Ooh, it looks pretty good. I mean, you got to give it to Nolan. He's usually pretty good with picking people who are good with the costume, makeup, and production design. Oh, come on, quit jumping around. Were those the only pictures? Stop jumping around. So we've got this picture. Matt Damon. And I'm guessing the Trojan horse. Back here. Because remember, Odysseus, he did fight in the Trojan War. And the Odyssey is his story of trying to get back home. Kino, question, is practical or CG for the creatures? Which creatures? I have no idea. I don't know. We shot over 2 million feet of film, he reveals, of the 91-day shoot, and much of that was out on the ocean, where Odysseus sets sail with his battle-hardened men. It's pretty primal, Nolan laughs, of the open seas. I've been out on it for the last 4 months. We got the cast who played the crew of Odysseus' ship out there on real waves. Probably a lot of puking. In the real places, and yeah, it's vast and terrifying and wonderful and benevolent, and the conditions shift. We really wanted to capture how hard those journeys would have been for people, and the leap of faith that was being made in unmapped, uncharted world. Ooh. We will see. Oh, they're probably going to do CG on that, dude. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to this film. Highly anticipate this film. Again, huge fan of Greek mythology. Huge fan. Oh, and of course, in case this is let's see. There's like a hair on me. I feel it, but I can't see it. If this matters to anyone, I don't know why this screen rant is throwing this out right now, but in case you missed it, Clark Gregg at New York Comic Con forever ago said that Daisy Johnson and Matt Murdock were at the same orphanage. It's St. Agnes. Okay. So is she going to show up? Like, what's going on with that? Becky, you kill me, man. It's a Nolan film. I'm out. Omari, Greta Gerwig should direct a film adaptation of Lysistrata to come out the same weekend as the Odyssey. Fernando, Dune 3 and Avengers Doomsday have the same release date. Which one are you watching first? Dune 3? I am a massive Dune nerd. I can't help it. I love Dune. I love it. Oh, there goes Olive crying. Matt Damon said that filming the Odyssey was the best experience of his career. I saw the horse on the beach and was just like, fuck. It was just so cool. It's exactly what you want of a summer movie. It should be the most massively entertaining film. It should feel mythic. It should, because it's like the first summer blockbuster in the history of storytelling. So it better be. It better be. All right, guys, let's head on over to our final topic of the day. So I got to get ready for my doctor's appointment. I have another doctor's appointment. I have so many doctor's appointments. Where is this at? Oh my God. Is it just, oops. I'll find it. I promise. I promise. Oh, this is irritating. Do, 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 do. This is ridiculous. See if I can just find it on my profile. Probably be faster this way. So this is the most hilarious thing in the world to me. Oh, there it goes. Well, guys, that's the end of the stream because my dog just knocked everything over. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Disney and Cassie and Kennedy are gonna get you!